We often speak about luck, destiny, or the will of God. Whatever we choose to call it, one thing remains true. Life is completely unpredictable, and what lies ahead is beyond our imagination. Yesterday, we witnessed a tragic plane crash in Ahmedabad, which claimed the lives of 241 people. Just a minute before the accident, none of the passengers could have imagined that their lives would end so shortly. It was a matter of destiny, and destiny that out of the 242 people on board, मैं दोबारा शुरू करता हूँ वीडियो परमिशन। सूरज, अभी कोई आए तो आप इधर बैठना। Thank you for your patience. We often speak of luck, destiny, and the will of God. Whatever we choose to call it, one thing remains true. Life is completely unpredictable, and what lies ahead is beyond our imagination. Yesterday, we witnessed a tragic plane crash in Ahmedabad, which claimed the lives of 241 people. Just a minute before the accident, none of the passengers could have imagined that their lives would end so shortly. It was a matter of destiny, and destiny that out of the 242 people on board, only one person survived. It was destiny, a truly miraculous escape. Just 3 days ago, in a tragic incident not far from our AIFF football house at Dwarka, a fire broke out in an apartment of Dwarka on the 7th floor of a nearby building. In a desperate attempt to escape the blaze, a 40-year-old father, his 10-year-old son, and 11-year-old nephew jumped from the 7th floor. Sadly, all three lost their lives. It's heartbreaking to think that only hours before, they were sharing a quiet morning and having breakfast together as a family, unaware that such a tragedy would reveal so suddenly. The COVID-19 pandemic has already reminded us of life's delicateness and unpredictability. Incidents like these strengthen that understanding even more deeply. Let us now observe a 1-minute silence in remembrance of the life lost and to offer our heartfelt condolence to the bereaved families who are lasting this unconceivable pain. I request you to rise if you can. Thank you. Thank you all for coming here in this press conference. As you all know, for any sport to grow in popularity, it is essential for the national team to perform well. The National Sports Federation holds a major responsibility in ensuring the development of both the sport and the national team. Chief Coach Manolo Marquez is one of the longest serving foreign coaches in Indian football. Over the past 6 years, he has managed multiple Indian clubs and secure trophies, including the Super Cup and ISL Cup for Hyderabad and FC. His understanding of Indian football, including the strengths and weaknesses of Indian players, as well as the opportunities and challenges within the Indian football ecosystem, is better compared to others. I have received several calls regarding whether the chief coach will continue or not. We have a executive committee meeting on 29th of June. We'll discuss this matter internally with the committee members, and we also take the opinion of the members of the AIFF Technical Committee about the role and plan. It is true that our national team has struggled to secure victories against the teams such as Malaysia, Vietnam, Bangladesh, Thailand and Hong Kong. However, it is unrealistic to expect wins without scoring goals. Therefore, the result of the matches under the last three coaches over the past decade are presented here for a fair and comprehensive evaluation.
Hello everyone. Good afternoon. I am Shirwati, Head of Competitions for AIFF. I am on behalf of the President AIFF and the Secretary General. I'll be taking you through the short presentation that we have made, which shows certain facts regarding our national team performance. So, first page, as you can see, it's the performances under the three different coaches that AIFF had. Stephen Constantine was the match, and now currently Manolo Marquez. As you can see, 2015, 16, 17, 18, the win percentage was 15% and above. And for the last 8 years, it has been consistently below the 50% threshold, except for the year 2023, where there was a win percentage of 59%. So, we just put up the stat for the first few years, which was under the leadership of Mr. Stephen Constantine. Goals per game was 1.64, goals conceded was 1.33, and the win percentage was 57%. Under the leadership of Mr. Match, it was the goals per game came down to 1.01, goals conceded went a little more with 1.43, and the win percentage went down to 35%. And under the current coach, Mr. Manolo Marquez, the goals per game is right now 0.75, goals conceded per game has improved to 1.13, and the win percentage has been 13%. So just studying these numbers, we can understand that the saying that goals win matches, and our goals per game has gone down drastically, even less than 50%, from 1.64 to 0.75 currently. And that is why the win percentage, as you can see, has gone down from 57% to 13%. So there has been a steady decline in terms of goals being scored, and hence the win percentage has come down to 13%. President, sir, you want to add anything on this before I move on?
No, I think next page, if you specify the result and the outcomes.
Yes. So, in terms of the results, we've got a comprehensive sheet where it shows the last few, for the last few years, that is from 2015 to 2025, the matches which we have won, mostly shows that we have won against SAP countries, and outside SAP we have won against countries like Laos, Puerto Rico, we've won against you can see Oman at times, Myanmar as well, and Thailand recently. Moving on to the next slide, as you can see, Stephen under Stephen, the forwards, the forwards.
also we won against Cambodia, Mongolia, Macau, Laos, under 23 team Vanuatu. So this was our opponents which we played last 10 years, and mostly the SAF zone, like always, we have won. And that's how the winning percentage or winning the statistics is here. But our main area, the focus is, this chart clearly highlights the lack of goal scoring ability and the shortage of effective Indian strikers. I believe anyone who is well-wisher of Indian football will agree that a practical collective decision is urgently required to ensure increased match time for the Indian strikers. But how can this be achieved? These concerns call for a joint discussion among all the key holders to develop a viable and collective roadmap. One possible measure could be the gradual reduction in the number of foreign players allowed in the domestic league, thereby creating more space for positive Indian striker. And why I say this? Akshay, if you see this, the players, the strikers who have played under the three coaches, could you please explain?
Yeah. No. Under Stephen Constantine, everybody knows Sunil, JJ, Robin Singh, Balwant Singh, and Sumit Fassi were the selected forwards for Stephen. And Sunil has been part of
the other three coaches as well, Igor Stimac and Manolo. Apart from Sunil, under Igor, there was Manveer Singh, Vikram Pratap Singh, Nishan Padekar, Rahul DP, Suhail DP, Lajun Chanke, Distin Grasso for Chaudhary. Under Manolo Marquez, Edmund Nagandika, Manveer Singh, again common from Igor's time, Suhail Ahmedbhat, new striker, Lajun Chanke, common, Distin Grasso, again same, Ashik Kurunin has also been added, and Farooq Chaudhary. So you can see, unlike during Stephen's tenure, none of the players got regular minutes in the centre forward position while playing for the clubs. And after playing for the clubs, they have to play in a different position when they come for the national team. So
it is very difficult for a player, 11 months around the year, if he playing for a particular position, as a wing position, or is training as a winger or supporting striker. On just prior to a national team match, 3 days prior to that, a player is shifted to number 9 position as a key forward. So I think there we are lacking. The Indian football is lacking there, where we do not have or generated positive strikers in last 10 years. And when we obviously appreciate the Sunil's effort of being so dedicated, sincere and fit at the age of 40, but as a nation, we also need to see that the supply of more forwards, positive forwards, should come in a systematic way. If you see last 10 years, and what is the pool when we select this national team, the senior national team, if we say A is good or B is not good. So last 3 years, if we take last 3 AFC Cups, 2019, 23 and 25, under these 3 coaches, Akshay, please explain.
These squads that we have, Stephen Constantine's last squad for Asian Cup,
all players from our
top league, ISL, all top players selected for the league. Igor Stimac, again, all players from ISL selected for the national team. So same has been the process for current coaches team as well. It's the same, all top players selected from ISL, one or two players selected from IDF as well. So the process has been the same. The top players have been called in for the camps and eventually get selected for the final squad.
It says that, there is nothing differently has been done now, or it has been done then, and so the national team is declined. Having said this, please allow me to highlight the significant steps the current All India Football Federation has made over the past 2.5 years. For the national football philosophy.
Yes, sir. The national football philosophy, as you are all aware, Mr. AIFF had come down to India to visit us and also help us in various matters such as opening of academies, teaching the scouts, training them, getting coaches for our academies. Also, he's been helping us in terms of developing a national football philosophy which is tailored to suit our conditions. It cannot be something which we can imitate from other countries. It has to be India specific, and he has been helping us in formulating that policy. So the national football philosophy is under progress and will be closely completed with us in the industry. AIFF has also started multiple academies in the form of the first one being Odisha, the football talent development, the FIFA talent development scheme. Under that scheme, an academy in Bhubaneswar has started. So AIFF plans to open additional academies under the same format with an average of 30 players and making 150 players across the under 13 category. They will be training to play in a uniform style, suiting the Indian physical standards, aligning with the cultural, geographical, and other weather conditions. We move on to the other area where we have worked upon, which is coach education. We go by the line saying that if a federation can develop good coaches, the good coaches can create excellent players. So, in terms of creating excellent players, we've worked hard on the coach education sector. We have created a lot of coaches. There has been a 631% increase in the number of courses when compared to the 2017 to 2020 cycle. There has been an 86% increase in the total number of licensed coaches since 2022. And a special initiative has been undertaken where we will be shortlisting 500 coaches out of the 16,000 coaches that we have, and these 500 coaches will be monitored by AIFF and will be assigned with partner states to oversee the implementation of national football philosophy. So, if you want to add it, over faster.
No, I think the 16,596 total licensed coach we are having, and which has been a growth of 106 coaching courses used to take place between 2017 to 2019, and now it has jumped to 774 coaching courses, which is 631% jump. Now the challenge is, unless you have educated coaches and who can go down to the bottom of the pyramid and teach these children the basics of the football, it is difficult to get the pool of the talented players. So therefore, it is always good to discuss and speak on the facts and the figures. So what was there, what is now, and what we can do in next 10 years' time, especially when country is looking to bid for 2036 Olympic. And India is also hoping to bid for a couple of AFC tournaments, which includes AFC Beach Soccer, includes AFC 2031 Asia Cup, and also AFC Futsal. So if we do that, we need to ensure that the bottom of the pyramid, the children aged between 12 to 13, they must understand and they must learn the good technical basics of the football. If I say 16,596, I could have easily said 15,000 plus. I could have easily said 20,000, nearly 20,000. But I specifically got this figure. I thought it is always good to discuss based upon the figure. So if we say 16,596, we have the pro license, 45 pro license coaches, 329 A license coaches, 739 B license coaches, 3,714 C license coaches, 9,482 D license coaches, 923 e-licensed coaches, 227 goalkeeper level 1 coaches, 110 goalkeeper level 2 coaches, 24 goalkeeper level 3 coaches, 14 fitness level 1 coaches, 100 futsal level 1 coaches, 13 futsal level 2 coaches, 1 futsal level 3 coaches, 15 beach soccer coaches, 712 scouting level 1 and level 2 coaches, 148 scouting level 3 coaches. So this is the total 16,596 coaches list. And why did I say this? Country of 1.46 billion people, when talk about anything, that this large number of population, why can't we provide 11 national level players who can do well in international standard? So I believe as a federation, first our job is to develop coaches, international level coaches, international level referees, so the referee can officiate matches properly in Asian standard. The coaches can go to overseas and coach. So therefore the coach education is a key area where AIFF has focused in last 2.5 years time. So the point is that like the change in national team performance, change in the improvement or development. Country like India, again the size, diversity, and the population, it is not being seen overnight. What we are seeing today, what we have done in last 10 or 15 years ago, because the players who are in mid-20s today, early 30s today, mid-30s today, they have learned or taught football nearly 10 or 15 years ago. Player who will be playing for the national team at their mid-20s, early 30s, they are being groomed today. Today we are training them. And I will give you more specific figure to this, if you will understand how this is possible and why I am so confident. We talk about IWL, the Women League 2, and there are 18 teams played, and each team had nearly 25 to 30 players. So the two things need to be noticed here. One, we got a significant jump in women football registration, which is 222% jump in last 2.5 years. But is the number, are we looking for the quantity, or also we need to ensure that the quality is there? This is a women player. The average age of the team is between 16 years 7 months to 18 years 6 months to 18 years 7 months. You see it's the mark in red. And then Indian team, they train under a Swedish coach, right, Sapna? And their average age is 14.88, 14 years 8 months. So they are the youngest among the lot. And they train only 6 months. They train only 6 months with a systematic training, proper nutrition, proper training. And this team beat all the teams, all the remaining 15 teams. They all are, some of them are 4 years older than them. This team is 14 years, 8 months is average. And the senior most is 18 years, 5 months.
22. Sesa at 20.
Sesa is at 20 years and 16 months, Casa, and thereafter 20 years. You can see this list here. I missed the, Sesa F is 22 years. It means that the senior player, the beaten by the 14 years, I'm not disrespecting anyone. I'm just trying to bring the actual quality we are having in current days. Imagine when we go to scout the national team players. Imagine we are going for a SAF or Asian tournament. And what is our pool of players to be selected or scouted from? These leagues, we select the best. barring the team we put this year, all the 15 teams, and you select that team lost against 14 years old girls. So that means there is something is really need to be addressed in terms of our coaches education, or maybe system of coaching youth players, the young players who are learning their basics. So that is the reason I have mentioned why this coaches education is the most important.
Indian Arrows Women Juniors, they finished second in the final round, beating rest of the senior teams, and then qualified for our.
So point we made is that the girls, we are just trying to groom them, who are less than 15 years today. We are assuming in 6 years if they get similar kind of training, we see no reason why they cannot be the top 12 or 10 Asian teams. But right now, the team we are having, the players who aged between 17 to 22, maybe we need to see that how we can give them more technical training to ensure that the current women team is also not deprived in terms of coaching or technical areas. But as you know, that for teaching or training, it is always essential to catch them young. Even if we go and learn the basics in our primary school to learn alphabets or the words or the grammars, there's a particular age you go to the primary and then the middle and then the secondary schools. So similarly, you also need to work from the bottom of the age group. This is what I try to explain what the federation, a national sports federation, must do in terms of promotion and development of the sport, in terms of planning, building, and preparing the national team. Let us understand that what is the roles, the people who are running this federation. If we go as per the 2017 AIFF Constitution, Article 33, it says the roles of President is to implement decision of the General Body, Executive Committee to the General Secretariat, to supervise the work of General Secretariat. This is Article 33, roles of President. And there is also, for external relationship, President to maintain and manage relationship with the affiliated members. You know, again I say the country like India, where nearly 34 member associations are there, 1.46 billion people, to keep the know-how, the updates, monitoring each and every part of country, we need to ensure that the member associations are equally aligned with us. But how will they do? So I'm sure that no sponsor is available for under 13 or under 15 tournaments at the district level or the state level. So therefore, the FSAP.
So FASP is financial assistance to states. This is a program which has been made in line with the governance models of FIFA and AFC globally. This is a financial assistance provided to states to empower them to strengthen their foundation of their football ecosystem. This initiative was kicked off in November 2023. Under this initiative, each member association is in line to receive 24 lakhs per annum. 12 lakhs is for the member association for hiring of staff administrative head, technical coordinator, and other support staff. 10 lakhs is for organizing a minimum of 4 competitions per year. And 2 lakhs is for other development funds, whether it is infrastructure, equipment, or football promotion. So under this program, we have seen 86% of the MAs fielding teams in each of the National Football Championship category. We've got 7 different tournaments under the National Football Championships. 68% of states have undertaken the state gradation assessment. We are helping the states and assess them in different standards. 61% of eligible member associations have either partially or fully availed the usage of FASD funds as of March 2025. So this has been a success in terms of empowering the states, strengthening their foundations, and developing the football standards at the state levels.
It also says the president's role is to maintain and manage relationship with government organizations.
Yes. AIFF, as you are aware, AIFF has initiated several discussions with state governments for either renovation or building of new football stadiums, for which a number of state governments have rapidly announced infrastructure investments in the game of football. AIFF acknowledges the support and thanks them. We have a list of investments which have been announced by the respective state governments. I'll start off with the highest one. Uttar Pradesh government last year had announced investment of 1,005 crores. Assam government had announced an investment of 630 crores in football. Number 6 on the list, Kolkata, is also part of Assam, 150 crores as well. Nagaland has just recently announced 290 crores into football. Telangana government 34 crores. They have renovated their facilities and invested 34 crores. Arunachal Pradesh recently hosted SAF Under-19 Championship. Plans to invest 224 crores in football. Apart from this list, which we have shown, Meghalaya government has also invested heavily in the game of football. They recently renovated the Jaiman Stadium and are building more stadiums across the state.
To bid for international tournaments, you need to have football exclusive stadiums. You know, the most of our stadiums across country is a track and field, where the football ground is surrounded by a 400-meter track. It's a very old system, so the audience can watch football from far distance. Now, these all stadiums we have requested respective state governments. So if these stadiums can be in a small size between 35 to 40,000 capacity or 30 to 40,000 capacity, and it's a football exclusive. So this the fan can watch football from very close. To definitely to have a 10-year long plan to prepare to beat bigger international tournaments, you need to be prepared to that you have at least adequate 5 to 6 international standard stadiums. This is the step towards that. It also says, Article 33 also says the president to maintain and manage relationship with FIFA.
Moving on to the benefits of this relationship making with FIFA. FIFA shortlisted India to have the FIFA Talent Development Centers. As you are aware, we inaugurated the first academy on 23rd of November, and the first squad was assembled in July 2024. So AIFF, the FIFA supported us by training 6 permanent scouts of AIFF, and under their help we scouted about 5,400 kids across the country, and out of those 5,400 kids, the final squad of 30 was selected. This team then, we move on to the next slide. This team then participated in the recently
Sabir is technical director. Sabir, please.
Yeah, like we have, it was a hectic schedule for us, like selecting from 5,400. You would have imagined, like we brought it to 30 players in Bhubaneswar. So we have covered, I think, almost all the footballing states which were playing the football. that ingredient was there. So we went to places, and you will imagine that some states there were like even 1,000 children coming and participating, and we have to do out of the 1,000 in those days. I think it was a great job done by all the scouts whom we have nominated, and with the help of FIFA, we brought down to 30. I think you can see the results. That 30 have outplayed, being a 15, they have outplayed the 17s. So 5,443 is a big number.
So again, I will try to seek your attention. What I spoke in regard to Women League and development of Indian women national team, and to create them more match time at their age category, and that was the IWL 2. These boys of AIFF FIFA Academy, it was officially launched with myself and Arsene in November 2023, and as Sabir mentioned, to reach up to 5,400 children, it took nearly 7 months to come to final 30, and the boys assembled July 2024 as a squad in Bhubaneswar, and they started playing matches in January 2025. It means the training period is only 5.5 months. In 5.5 months, training by a FIFA standard coaches followed the guideline. What gave us? On February 12th, AIFF FIFA Academy, average age is 13 years 8 months, it mentioned there, and rest of all the teams, average age is 14 years 8 months to 15 years 6 months. So it means under 15 AIFF Academy is playing under 17 I-League. For mid-20s, it may not be that challenge, but in this teenage, 6 months makes a huge difference, because there is a growing period. So these 13 years lads, boys, under 15 AIFF Academy, what did they do? They started training in July 2024. They played their first match 6th February against Interkashi, and Interkashi is top 2 club in I-League. They won 5-0. Under 17 Interkashi beaten by under 15, and these are not under 15, under 14, 13 years. They beat 5-0, just training 5 months. Thereafter they play 12th February Jamshedpur FC. The team played final in Super Cup, which is supposed to be number 2 tournament in Indian standard and number 1 in knockouts Indian standard. So that club's under 17 team lost by AIFF under 14 7-0 on 12th February. On 16th February, Odisha FC, another ISL club, they lost against the AIFF FIFA Academy 7-1. On 8th May, AIFF FIFA Under 14 Academy played against Mohun Bagan Super Giant. I'm sure you all are aware and familiar with the success consecutive years this club is getting in the senior level. They lost against U14 5-0. This is a U17 team, U17 I 5-0. Punjab FC, they played 6th May, another ISL club. They won 5-4, AIFF Academy. Sudeva Delhi FC, they won 2 back-to-back under 20 national championship for Delhi. They lost to AIFF Academy 4-3. It means AIFF Under 14 Academy, they got training minimum 5 months to maximum 9 months. Year not even passed. Last July we started this training. They won all the top ISL club of Indian football the senior age category them by 705051715443. This is a serious area. I mean, now tomorrow, national team, national coach, you hire anyone, the best of the best coaches support, and you ask for go and select and scout under 17 national team. They will be selected from this tournament only. This is the country's premium tournament, the #1 tournament under 17 I League. So it means we need to spend more time, more investment, more focus on systematic coaches education, which is aligned with the international standard. And we are very grateful that FIFA, especially is headed by Professor Arsene Wenger. His team is supporting us in daily basis, almost in daily basis supporting us to ensure we qualify in under 17 World Cup. And which is happening every year now. So the idea is, as rightly Akshay mentioned, we have got this result by training only 30 players of one squad. We are trying to implement it 4 more academies. So 150 players, if they get the same philosophy of football training, and there is a hope that we qualify on our merit to under 17 World Cup, and then we come into the top 50 of the world football playing nation. And this team gradually go to play under 20, under 23, and thereafter senior. It is very difficult right now to see how we can do from a top down. It is better to do a bottoms up right now. That's the AIFF is trying to do. And it is not just promises. I have been always believed to speak with the facts and figures. I could have easily come and address this conference with the way I want to speak or you want to ask. I thought rather what we have done in the last 2.5 years, what we would like to do for coming till my tenure is there, and also if the country is hoping for, as you all are writing that country is hoping for 2036 Olympic, country is bidding for 2030 Commonwealth, country is hosting weightlifting international tournament, the country is hosting to try for Youth Olympic. We are trying for Asia Cup 2031. We can also try for some other tournaments, FIFA events. So if it is that so, we must think about a 10-year plan. Not what right now, what immediately overnight, what I can do, what you can do, what we can do, and blame him and blame others. So blaming is easiest way, and that is also weakening, showing the weakening part of your character. So, and it also says, the constitution not yet over. It says the FIFA relation with football for school.
This is our grassroots initiative. We'll just talk about the grassroots leagues that we run in form of baby leagues or blue cups league. There were 310 leagues that were organized during the 2016 to 2019 period, and to now it is about 1,028, which shows a remarkable increase of 232%. And this has helped us in getting awarded for the same. We have received the AFC Silver Charter in terms of for grassroots football, and also the AFC Presidential Award in the same category. There's another initiative which was undertaken with the help of FIFA. This is an initiative called FIFA Football for Schools, which has engaged about 2.61 crore students with the help of Ministry of Education, Government of India, and using the Navodaya Vidyalayas as node centers. So as per the report, you can see 2.61 crores kids that we have reached, over 742 districts, around 9,26,000 footballs received for FIFA Football for Schools, and about 1,53,000 schools which will come under this program. They will receive footballs.
Thank you, Akshay. there's it was a FIFA Football for School Mission 1 Million Football. It's the scheme within FIFA's policy. And October 2022, All India Football Federation happily accept this scheme. And even the federation, the strength is not that such. Even if we receive 10 lakhs football, we will be in a position to evenly distribute across all the districts of the country. We do not have that bandwidth. I don't think any of the AIFF is having this bandwidth. We are very much thankful to the ministry and the minister, the Education Ministry, Government of India. With their each district have one Navodaya Vidyalaya. So the Ministry of Education, they make Navodaya Vidyalaya the nodal point. So in that district, the balls are being distributed there, and within that district, nearly 20, 30, 40 schools, and each schools, we believe there is a 40, 50 children of this age group, they play football. So idea is to give 5 or 6 or 7 footballs to each schools, which are nearly 1,53,000 footballs. Some has been distributed, some is still in the district headquarters, and some is yet to be distributed. We often say, especially when I attend the FIFA seminars, when I attend the international conferences. So I often hear this, oh, India, do they play football? I say it's a cricket, India is a cricket, right? So I say very, very lightly that yes, India perhaps is a cricket watching nation, but it's a football playing nation. Any children, whether it's a rural India or the urban India, anyone who loves to play football, watch football. So therefore, if we can provide these footballs to these each and every district in a systematic manner, so we have a data. So this number of boys are there. They at least played once their life to experience this FIFA ball, they played football. So thereafter we can definitely see that the expansion, this the bottom of the pyramid, if 2.5 crore children aged between 12 to 14 years, and if these 500 coaches whom we are grooming, so they will be monitoring all the districts. So therefore we can get more data that how the children are playing. If the countries without much effort, they can do well in Asian or FIFA tournaments, why can't India with lot of efforts hope we are not able to do that? Why we are not in a position to improve our FIFA ranking? Is this football is not a natural game in the children? Or is it really the humid weather in some part of the country? Or is it really something need to do in a global practice that the children of 12, 13 years old, they must play football or they must play in a certain standard of football field, and they must play football under the certain coaches' guidelines. It also supported us for the infrastructure, FIFA AFC.
Yes, going on with the partnerships with FIFA and AFC, FIFA and AFC both have supported us in various projects of ours. We have received funds to develop the National Center of Excellence. 2 pitches and 1 administrative building is already ready, with 1 more pitch under construction and with accommodation facilities. FIFA has already actively supported the 3 youth leagues that we are conducting. More than 900 matches took place this season itself under these 3 age group categories. Women's football development strategy is also being planned, and multiple courses and workshops have undertaken with the help of FIFA. FIFA TDS project, one in Bhubaneswar and the other will start soon. So 2 cities we have already reached. Apart from that, the AIFF is also actively in talks with SAI and Government of India. We sent a football team to Asian Games despite not being in the top 8 rankings. Beach Soccer Championship has been for the first time been included in the national games in Goa, and recently the EU beach games, so beach soccer was conducted.
So this was the Article 33, and this was the role of President AIFF to maintain relationship with the member association, affiliated member, and support them, maintain relationship with the government's organization. So that's how we did for the infrastructure development. We supported through our financial assistance plan to the member association. Maintain relationship with the FIFA AFC. So that's how we are getting for a long-term plan and projects for the development and promotion of the game. Maintain relationship with the other national organization, which is in this case SAI, Government of India, Indian Olympic Association. That's how, after 9 years, AIFF is able to send the team to participate in Asian Games. So definitely something has been done which has not been done in last 9 years. So that's the reason last 2 Asian Games football team did not participate, and this Asian Games football team has gone to participate in China Hangzhou. Also, as he mentioned, the beach soccer and futsal, these are the 2 new sports for India, and we need to definitely to get new players. You need to organize more competitions. You need to create more infrastructure for that. So we have a huge coastal belt. You know that, and coastal belt can promote the beach soccer and the tourism simultaneously. Therefore, with the partnership with other organizations, AIFF introduced beach soccer in National Games Goa, in Beach Games Diu, and also we are hoping to bid for AFC beach soccer games. Lastly, the roles and responsibility of the President is preside over the meetings over the general body, executive committee, emergency committee, and other committees. So the list of in the next page, please.
So a total of 284 meetings were conducted from the year 2022 to 2025, compared to the same period, about 113 meetings were conducted. This shows that there has been a democratic approach in terms of the decision-making process, and multiple parties have been consulted while taking decisions which affect Indian football.
Thank you. I think Chair, for the roles of Secretary and others. You read a page from this? So, roles and responsibility of the AIFF Technical Committee. I just skipped 2. There are also roles and responsibility for the AIFF Executive Committee. That AIFF Executive Committee, as per the Article 32, appointing the technical director, head coaches, technical committees. So as we have introduced you, Subroto is Arjuna Awardee, played more than 100 international matches, had a decent career, and he is national team director now. Shabir has played more than a decade and a half as a striker, winger, and he is technical director now. And now, what is our technical committee? Roles of technical committee, reference Article 40. The reason I'm mentioning this, because there are several court cases in several cases in several courts, and it often reminds us whether you are performing under the Constitution or not, whether you are following or violating the article or not. So it is in a way good that we are going by the book. So roles as per the reference Article 40, the role of technical committees, analyzing coaching and technical development, recommend improvement in football standard, propose technical measures and programs, recommend appointment and salaries of coaches for the senior men national team. And who are there in technical committee? Please read the names, Akshay.
Yes. Mr. I.F. President Padma Shri Awardee and the chairperson of the committee, Mr. Shabir Ali Major Dhyan Chand Awardee and Deputy Chairperson, Mr. Harjinder Singh, Deputy Chairperson also, Mr. Clarence Lawrence, ex-national team player, member of the committee, Mr. Santosh Kumar Singh, member of the committee, Ms. Pinky Magar, member of the committee, Mr. Victor Amaraj, member of the committee, national team player, ex-national.
There are also Shabir Pasha, Technical Director, Subroto Pal, National Team Director, Armando Colasu and Bimal Ghosh, both of them, they received Dronacharya Award, and they have long football coaching career in their respective clubs, and they have seen lot of success in club level. So they are also is in their advisory capacity to help national team technical development. Then again, despite having structures, a structural financial assistance program for states for the first time ever, despite having organized nearly 1,700 matches, we have actually organized 3 less, that is 1,697 matches. So we can say nearly 1,700 matches in single season. You rest that page, other page. 1,700 matches, which is all-time highest in the history of Indian football. So in a way, you are organizing maximum number of matches. You are also supporting to the member association by financial assistance. You are maintaining men and women youth national team. You are increasing the number of academies. Your infrastructure development, the football development activities or refereeing development activities we have not been covered here because it is irrelevant in this forum. But what I think it is essential to mention, any organization's evaluation comes under the how efficiently they are managing finance. So our financial auditors are CAG by the Government of India. It is like all other national sports federation. They are the independent auditors from FIFA AFC, like it's a general practice. We have our internal auditor, Big Four, Deloitte, and there are external auditors, SAR. And this is a financial practice. Next. And this is, I request your attention also over here. We have taken since 2016, let's say last 5 years before we come, or last 3 years, barring the COVID period, we got this similar financial support from the our marketing partners, and this shows our financial managing skill. In 2016, the surplus for AIFF was 1.29 crore. The revenue was 50 crore fixed from the FSDN marketing partner. 17-18, it was minus 1.89 crore. Current 24-25, surplus is 14.7 crore. The previous year, 23-24, surplus is 5.51 crore. Previous year, we came only for 6 months. 18-19 surplus is 0.68. It is not that we started generating money from the sky or पेड़ पे पैसा लगा दिया. जो revenue था, the 50 crore, the revenue is still same. It still remains same. It's a managing, the financial management, the efficiency of managing of the AGM, the general body, the executive committee, and intent. Credit goes to everyone. So, and it's been audited. barring the fine last year, which is the current year, all these are audited by CAG, audited by FIFA AFC. There are two notes below this, because 50 is not the total revenue of AIFF. There is also revenue from CRS, coach education, or disciplinary sanction comes. It's in various in nature. Year to year it varies. Sometimes there are certain disciplinary sanction in year 1 or year 2 may be certain. So this cannot be taken as an example. And 2019-20, 2020-21, 2021-22, we did not take it here because it was a COVID affected year. And as I mentioned, the 24-25 is an unaudited provisional figure. So here this is what I need to brief you in regard to recent, I think, entire country, the fan of Indian football, and they wanted to know that what National Federation is doing, what the AIFF is doing. Is the AIFF concerned? And we are equally concerned, like all other football fans, Indian football fans, that our national team must do well. And I'm sure, with our collective effort, it will do well. There's also one regarding OCI, a subject I think right now all the fans, they want to know whether there are possibilities or not to get OCI players. So additionally, it is worth noting that the several countries ranked below India in the FIFA rankings have adopted the policy of allowing naturalized players. This strategic move has significantly contributed to their positive performance in FIFA tournaments and better global standing. The All India Football Federation has proactively initiated communication with the relevant department of various ministries of Government of India regarding OCI players. And I must say the initial responses have been encouraging. That said, we are fully aware that systematic changes do not happen overnight. Due process takes time and must be respected. However, I must also mention that the All India Football Federation is in communication with 33 players who fall into category of OCI. Some of them, they have got OCI card, and some of them, they are in process to apply. And the office of AIFF is assisting them to do this process. And once like all other national sports federation, the AIFF is committed to aligning with the laws of the land. At the same time, under the framework of the FIFA statute, the AIFF is actively exploring the possibility of securing approval for the inclusion of OCI players. So that definitely, as and when it comes, as per the statute, as per the law of the land, and we'll take it forward, and AIFF is trying its best within its capacity to ensure, like other countries are benefited through this policy, if Indian national team can also get this benefit. It is important to recognize that India, with a population of 1.46 billion, the highest in the world, is not only the largest democracy, but also a nation that upholds absolutely freedom of speech. In such an environment, any individual has the constitutional right to approach the judiciary to challenge administrative decisions, often risking reputational damage to the sport, the organization, and the office bearers. Naturally, the dynamic can slow down the pace of negotiation, deliberation, and decision-making process, makes it more critical and hinders growth and promotion of the football in the country. That's it.
We will now take some questions. If we can see some raise of hands. Yeah, over there. Yes.
Hello. Good afternoon, Ziggy. Obviously, you mentioned a lot about what the sort of measures that have been taken recently, as you mentioned, and you presented. But this isn't the first time that multiple of the topics that you have talked about were talked about. I mean, Vision 2047 was obviously something that has come about earlier. And I guess my question is, with the milestone year being 2026 as per the Vision Plan, and seemingly nowhere near some of the objectives that you see the international stage with respect to the rankings of the teams, women and women. What was sort of the reason behind having to get to this almost regression, a historically low regression of Indian football, in order to want to now rejuvenate it in what seems like a vision that is more like a illusion, for example?
No, we haven't spoken anything about vision here. We just spoke what has been done in last 2.5 years and what is the current scenario, why the national team is not doing up to the mark. That we have explained with the facts and figures and the results and the quality. There are individual stats are also there. It will take more time, but each and individual player, the minutes they have played, the ball they have touched, the accurate pass inaccurate, goal score, goal assist, everything is there. It's everything in our data. And there's a reason. It is no vision is here. It is where the reality, and we are taking it forward. So we have mentioned vision 2 years ago. That was the vision 2047. And the part of that, it was a 4-year cycle of 6 cycles. And we are in the first cycle in 2026. And in half of that first cycle, we have evaluated where are we now, what we have achieved so far, and what we need to do to pace up our work so that we can reach up to them.
Next question. Hi, Mr. Kalyan. This is Vinay from the view. Our former India captain, Martin Bukia, has basically blamed you for everything that's happening. He said it's a failure of the leadership and there's a lot of corruption in the federation. And all this is basically a result of everything that has happened. What do you have to say to that?
It's a very good question, Vinay, and it's been last 1.5 years. As I said, I mentioned during my briefing that we are living in a country and where absolute freedom of speech is there, and one can say anything, and any individual can go to judiciary to challenge administrative decision. I also mentioned during this presentation that how the financial management has seen this positive surplus, where I gave you comparative study from 2016 to 2025. I have also mentioned you that these are being audited by CAG, by Deloitte, by FIFA and AFC's independent auditor, and also by our external internal auditor. If there is any corruption, I'm sure it must have been noticed on red flag. And thereafter, there are several petitions by these 3 or 4 members, not the 7 people. It's a coterie of 3 or 4 members who are either lost election against my team, or either they were part of the AIFF and somehow they are not in part of the AIFF. So they are the party in this case. There is a, the chair demands a dignity. Chair cannot speak below dignity to respond to anyone's allegations. I have been alleged personally, my family has been alleged badly, and because we are living in a social media age, and anything and everything can be said and maligned. I said that I only speak facts and figures, and I don't speak anything other than facts and figures. The person you named just now, he's a well-known individual and very successful football player of Indian history. We all respect him. I also respect him. I played with him, against him. He was one of the best striker India has ever produced. He was also advisor to All India Football Federation, appointment dated 25th March 2017, with a remuneration professional fee 1,50,000 monthly, and his other flight tickets, travel, etc. will be provided by AIFF. So he was the advisor to AIFF, advisor to President, and I'm sure he must have advised something to the Federation, and we are in a position to evaluate his suggestion, expert advice. He is also currently executive committee member under the Constitution as an eminent player. I have mentioned you number of meetings we have chaired. 283 meetings has been chaired. All the decisions have been taken democratically. Akshay, how many executive committee meetings has been taken? Yeah, I have. 11. So in 2.5 years' time, where it is, as per the Constitution, every quarterly you should have one EC meeting. It is not necessary that all the NSFs are following that. But in 30 months, we have conducted 11 EC meetings. And he is there to challenge the corruption, to stop the corruption, to ensure this committee functions well. And in a democratic manner, everyone has a right to speak, and everything is minutized. All the minutes are available in website. The ex-player also runs a commercial football school named after him. And there are 20 commercial football schools named after him. It's in Delhi, Noida, Malviya Nagar, Dwarka, Gandhinagar, Navi Mumbai, and so on and so forth. I have the list of 20 his commercial schools, the players who all pay 1,000 to lakhs, monthly 1,000, it's maybe 5,000, 10,000, I do not want to go to specific figure, 2 lakhs. 2 lakhs is not 2 lakhs, 1,000 to lakhs. It is up to his academy or the paid academy, how much he will charge. And very fine. It is very good rather to support the ecosystem, the parents and children who can afford to pay for their football facilities. I have also the summary. I have also summary of his team's performance in I-League. Just now this corrupted body has explained how the 13-year plus or the 14-year plus, the men, the boys and girls own against all the club teams, right? So that means this body is going to the right direction. Slow and steady to win the race. Minerva Academy played 31st March 2025 match started 14:30 hours against Baichung Bhutia Football School, Delhi. Imagine what was the result in this house. Vinayak, can you guess the result? Please, just a number. 4-2. And I give you one more chance. 5-3. I be little more lenient. I give another chance.
It cannot be 20-0.
I give one more chance. It is 31-0. The man has been paid advisor to All India Football Federation. He is a current executive committee member, taken all the benefits. His team lost 31st March against Minerva Academy FC 31-0. His team lost on 8th April against Sudeva Delhi FC 17-1. His team lost 8th April in another match against Minerva Academy FC 16-0. His team lost against Bangalore Football Club on 5th April 11-0. His team lost against Kickstart FC Karnataka on 30th March 10-0. His team lost 28th March against PFC Kerala 7-0. His team lost on 30th March against Sri Dashmesh Martial Sports Academy 7-0. His team lost 2nd April against Punjab FC 8-0. His team lost Football Change Academy 4-0 on 28th of March. And it is a completely vested interest, completely commercial. They are taking undue advantage by playing with the emotion of the families, emotion of the people who are thinking the man has really achieved highest level of Indian football. And if I be part of his academy, I can also make my life as a football player. And it is not finished here. There are several other academies. He is associated as an advisor, consultant, takes 1.5 to 3 crore. And those academy MDs have said he has never turned up. I can name you. I can name you one of the academy. If not many, I can name you, but I will. And then I will sub-junior league. His goal difference is -22. Junior league, his goal difference is -59. And it goes on. It's not that here being a president of an apex body is justifies or dignifies that he speaks against any individual. But as I said, I have heard enough. Last 1.5 years, I have heard enough, and nothing has been spared. It is right from the fraud, corruption, my family, my wife, my daughter, anything and everything. But here, I believe if you want to, or if you try to swim against the right, if you want to bring the change, then there will be some obstacles. I am ready to face those obstacles. I don't mind for any criticism, as long as those criticisms are not proven. Anything I make a mistake, next day I will not come. People are covering football. I'm in football, not today. I'm in football since 1989. You ask me any ground in this country under the sky, I tell you about the stadium. I tell you about the second half, which side sun rises, and how the goalkeeper gets difficulties. You name to Kokrajhar, you name Karbi Island, you name Samastipur, you name Jharsuguda, you name Kolhapur, you name Itanagar, you name any part in the country where football is being played, and you ask President of All India Football Federation, he will give you information more than you have from the Google. There are cases we don't work in AIFF for the development of football. Our majority of time goes to file affidavit in the court. The money we receive for the development of football, there is no fund for the legal fees, and legal fees is skyrocketing. The senior advocate, how much they charge, you live in Delhi, you must be understand, you know that. And this is how, and anyone, this is a democratic country, we have no problem. And that's how the system, and we go according to the system. But when you say individual, I have high respect. But also I said, this is what, and I am not alleging, I am not saying what he said I am not. And I am not saying he is this, he is orange, I am apple. I am not saying that. I said he has promised to the families of the Indian football dreamers. And this is the result we have seen in this year. Thank you for your question. सर मैं हिंदी अच्छा बोलता हूँ, इंग्लिश मैं बोल रहा हूँ मजबूरी से। मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि फुटबॉल की ऑडियंस है और हमारे बहुत बच्चे हैं जो फुटबॉल में इंग्लिश में कंफर्टेबल है, इसलिए मैं इंग्लिश में बोल रहा हूँ।
So one more question. Since you have talked about the OCI issue, the federation had constituted a task force sometime in August. So it's not as if it's a new thing, and suddenly the federation, as president, everybody is going down talking about OCI. So since you've been meeting about it endlessly, why it did not happen since I think it was August 2023 when the committee was constituted?
I also mentioned in a better way that a systematic change cannot be possible overnight. It's a process. It's a process. I don't know whether you are aware or not, Vinay. There's a case filed by one athlete in year 2008 and questioning this allowing overseas players to represent national team. And thereafter, this bar had come since 2008. The coaches we mentioned during our comparison evaluation, they all have suggested what if India can allow OCI players. But I'm sure the previous regime has also tried, and somehow they couldn't able to do it. Perhaps the situation was different. I am trying. I am also taking it forward. It is not that they have started somewhere. On August 2023, as you mentioned correctly, we started the process. Thereafter, several meetings with the international stakeholders. When I say we have contacted 33 players across the world, you think you can do it in overnight, in a 5 days or 7 days? And why would? And you can also expect Mr. X come and play for your national team. Mr. X may have said, I'm not ready to play for you. So then there is also a mutual understanding, agreement, so on and so forth. And then the process to take it to the respective departments. You see, it is easy. It is easy to post something on a social media and say, tomorrow morning I want to OCI player. And if you cannot bring it, that means you are not capable of running or sitting over there. Why don't you step down? It is not it. Organization cannot be run like this. We have set a target. We have put some instances how France has done well, how the other Asian countries are doing well, how the Indonesia, Hong Kong is doing now, how the Algerian players has played for some other country, how the Middle Eastern countries has taken the domicile players or the naturalized players. Can India do it? How the Bangladesh has taken the benefit and they drew the match against India and Shillong. Can India do it? So we have put in a presentation. And the discussion is on, and when it comes, I'm sure you will be the first person to know it.
We'll move on to the next question. Just before that, if you'll allow me, we will come to everyone, and I can understand everyone has a lot of questions. We'll come to everyone. Just request everyone to please be patient, and one by one we'll come to everyone. Please, next question, sir.
Right.
Kalyan. Yeah, hi. Vivek from the Hindu. You said that there will be an EC meeting on June 29th to decide Manolo Marquez's future. There have also been reports that Manolo himself is not happy with the way things are functioning at AIFF and that he wants to continue his association with FC Goa rather than. So if you could just spell out what the issue is it you not being enough? You mentioned his win percentage as well. So if you could spell out the issue clearly, and is it a case of him not being happy with how things are functioning at AIFF, or you guys not being happy with the system?
Did he mention that when you say that he is not happy with the functioning of AIFF, did he mention that to you?
No, I said that he proposed.
I mean, is your news media house covered that? No, have you covered that? I mean, did Manoj have told you this?
No,
So fine. He hasn't told me either. All right. And when I said that EC meeting is scheduled on 20th of June, during our discussion, I mentioned any and every decision taken for NSF is as per the statute and constitution of the body. And therefore, I also mentioned that the technical committee has certain roles and responsibility, and it has to be presented to the EC. And EC is chaired by the president. And this process will be followed. And that's how the decision will be taken care.
Next question. Thank you, sir. Here, sir, you have told about.
बताइए नाम बताइए कौन सी हाउस से?
मैं नरेश सागर विजय से. मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि आपने अभी बात की ट्रेनिंग की और कोचेस की और अपना जितने भी आपके टूर्नामेंट आप इंडिया में कराते. मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि क्या जो एशिया का जो लेवल और स्टैंडर्ड है वो यूरोप से फुटबॉल में बहुत कम है, और वहां तक पहुंचने के लिए आपको इंटर जैसे पोर्चुगल के क्रिस्टियानो में अर्जेंटीना के लोग हैं, तो मैं ये चाहता हूँ कि क्या आपकी यूरोपियन के साथ टाइप है जहाँ पे आपकी टीम जाके किसी भी लेवल पे, चाहे वो चिल्ड्रन हो, चाहे वो एल्डरली हो या प्रोफेशनल हो, कोई ऐसा मैसेज आप यूरोप के साथ करने का आगे अंदेशा है या हम लोग एशिया के अंदर ही अपने आप को सीमित रखते हैं?
नरेश जी, आपने जो सवाल किए मुझे, आप देखे होंगे हम जब बता रहे थे कि फीफा और AIFF के साझेदारी से आर्सेन वेंगर जी के माध्यम से हमने फीफा TDS एकेडमी शुरू करा भुवनेश्वर में, और जिन्होंने सिर्फ जुलाई 2024 में शुरू हुई, और इनके मैच रिजल्ट भी हमने आपके सामने रखा. फीफा के अंतर्गत 211 मेंबर एसोसिएशंस हैं. यूनाइटेड नेशन के अंतर्गत 195 है. ओलंपिक जो कराती है 206 देश है, और फीफा के अंदर 211. वो देश नहीं कहते, वो मेंबर एसोसिएशन कहते हैं. हम भी एक उनमें से एक मेंबर एसोसिएशन. इन 211 में से 75 देशों में इन्होंने ये फीफा TDS लाया है स्कीम, और इनके हेड जो है आर्सेन वेंगर है. फुटबॉल जानने वाले कोई भी व्यक्ति के पास आर्सेन वेंगर की परिचय की आवश्यकता नहीं है. उन्होंने ये सारे प्रोजेक्ट को हेड कर रहे हैं, और हम बड़ी आभार है उनके प्रति कि उन्होंने इंडिया को विशेष दृष्टि से देख रहे हैं, और उनके 2 व्यक्ति हमेशा हमारे साथ रहते हैं निरंतर संपर्क में, और रोज क्या करना कैसे करना उनके पास ही रिपोर्ट जाती है. उन्होंने जो ट्रेनिंग के जो गाइडलाइन बांध दी है, उसी ट्रेनिंग के अनुसार उसी की परिणाम हमें मिला है भुवनेश्वर में AIFF फीफा TDS एकेडमी. हमारा क्या प्रयास है, हमें लगा कि भारत जैसे देश जिसकी आबादी इतनी है और इतनी डाइवर्सिफाइड है, वहाँ सिर्फ एक एकेडमी से शायद लाभ न हो, हमारी समस्याओं की समाधान न हो. इस हेतु हमने क्या 5 एकेडमी बना सकते, 5 जोन, इसकी प्रयास हमने करा. और यदि भगवान चाहे, भाग्य साथ दिया, तो हो सकता है अगले 1 महीना में हम आपके सामने दोबारा बैठे और कहें कि
क्वेश्चन ये है कि इंटर नेशन मैचेस जो है, जैसे कि मॉडर्न गवास्कर ट्रॉफी होती है, इसी तरीके के मैचेस कोई आपकी टीम जो है यूरोप के साथ खेले, ताकि आपकी पूरी टीम का स्टैंडर्ड जो है वो बढ़े. मैं आपकी एकेडमी और उससे मुझे कोई, मैं मानता हूँ कि आप कोशिश कर रहे हैं। मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि जब तक मैचेस नहीं खेलेंगे,
want to play with much lower ranked countries, तो वो थोड़ा difficulty है. But we'll see. I mean, we get the junior levels. We are trying. We already have got an MOU with Sweden. इसलिए the Swedish Federation has given us support at 50% cost, and he is responsible for these young girls to qualify for the IWA.
एक मिनट, इसके साथ मैं जोड़ दूं, जैसे कि सभी प्रश्न ने मुझे बताया, अभी पिछले साल हमने 1.5 महीना की लीग खिलाड़ी को विदेश के लीग में खेलने, and if sports in India can grow, definitely football in India can grow. What happens when a league, our AFC or Indian league, is a match host, in the host team, if the fans they do some destructive behavior, उन्होंने चेयर तोड़ा, डिसिप्लिन तोड़ा, कुछ किया, तो उसके लिए होम टीम का फाइन लगता है. There is sanctions in the provision of the international laws. It also matters कि आपके यहाँ पे कितनी मैच्योरिटी है. मान लीजिए हमारे यहाँ पे रोज यदि फुटबॉल या स्पोर्ट्स का न्यूज ऐसा हो कि एक्स ने कहा वाई सही नहीं है और वाई कहते नहीं एक्स सही नहीं है, तो बाहर से देखने वाले लोगों को ये भी समझ में आ सकता है कि शायद हम अभी भी तैयार नहीं है बाकी देशों की तरह. तो हमें लगता है कि कलेक्टिवली हम सबका ये रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी बनता है कि जहां गलत है हम गलत को गलत बोले, लेकिन यदि गलत नहीं है और किसी को अपना इंटरेस्ट को वहां पे एड्रेस करना है तो आपको यूज ना करें. समटाइम्स व्हाट हैपेंस इस बाईलाइन और हेडलाइंस के चक्कर में बहुत मीडिया वाले यूज्ड हो जाते हैं कि हमने एक ईमेल भेज दिया, हमने एक स्क्रीनशॉट भेज दिया, हमने ये कर दिया, और उनको लगा कि ये हमारे लिए ब्रेकिंग न्यूज है. और वो होने के बाद उसी व्यक्ति उसको फिर इंटरनेशनल में भेजता है, सरकार में भेजता है, सबको भेजता है, देखिए इस कागज में, देन ही जस्टिफाइज उस कागज में आया इसलिए न्यूज सही है. उसके पहले इन्होंने वहां भेजा था और देर आफ्टर ये कोर्ट में डालते. तो मैं समझता हूँ कि इट विल नॉट हेल्प दिस स्पोर्ट. और जितने लोग स्पोर्ट्स के साथ जुड़े हुए हैं, चाहे एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर हो, प्लेयर हो, बॉल बॉय हो, स्पोर्ट्स मेडिसिन डॉक्टर हो या जर्नलिस्ट हो, स्पोर्ट्स बढ़े तो सभी बढ़ेगा. कल को फुटबॉल नहीं होता है तो आपके उस पेज की आवश्यकता नहीं होगी. आपके एडिटर आपको भेजेंगे नहीं जाके स्टोरी लेके आओ, तो बोलेगा हमें दूसरे स्पोर्ट की ले जाओ. तो हमारी ये कलेक्टिव रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज बनता है कि हम स्पोर्ट्स को डिसरेप्यूट ना करें.
नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन प्लीज. सर आई रिक्वेस्ट यू प्लीज आप वेट कीजिए, पेशेंस रखिए, हम सभी के पास
मैंने कहा कि देखिए जो मैंने ब्रीफ दिया है उसमें मुझे लगा मूल रूप से नेशनल टीम की बात थी, ओसीआई की बात थी. विनायक जी त्रिवेणी की तरफ से एक जो सवाल पूछे, लगभग आपने हर सभी ने करप्शन के न्यूज कैरी किया है और उसकी जवाब मैंने तथ्यों के साथ आपके सामने रखा. इसके अलावा मुझे जो भी होगा मुझे लगता है कि रिपीटिटिव होगा, लेकिन फिर भी यदि लगता है कि कुछ टच नहीं हुआ, आप कहे 2-3 सवाल एक साथ कर दीजिए, मैं उसी में
टारगेट कर रहे हैं उसमें कॉन्टिनेंट कौन से हैं? कॉन्टिनेंट का ब्रेकअप बता दीजिए.
नहीं कह सकते.
I have two questions for you. One is you are saying that Indian players, Indian strikers are not getting game time. So is AIFF thinking of reducing number of foreigners in ISL? Number one. And the second question is when you are deciding on the next men's national team coach, will you think of an Indian coach now, or will you still go for a foreign coach?
Yes.
Can we also talk about the women's team? What is the plan? We have a good chance of qualifying for the World Cup, even though our rankings have come down to 70. So what is the plan ahead for them? Indian coach, foreign coach, how do you plan to do it?
All right. Is any related question?
Yes, sir. Actually, जो क्रिकेट मात्र एक दर्जन देशों में खेला जाता है, उसमें भी 6 देश ऐसे हैं जो कि मतलब कमजोर हैं, हमारे रिवेन्यू से जो है उनका चलता है टीम, जैसे पाकिस्तान है, बांग्लादेश. आपके साथ ये है कि बहुत गहरा डीप है आपका फुटबॉल इस देश में, लेकिन मीडिया उस तरह से नहीं मिल रहा है, mainstream मीडिया जो भी, और कोई ऐसा गेम भी नहीं, मतलब जैसे कि आईपीएल जैसा होता है नहीं हो रहा. तो क्या नहीं लग रहा मेन यही चीज है और कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, आप फिर से ज्यादा अच्छा कर.
मैं पहले सायन का जवाब दे देता हूँ. That point is no, I cannot comment or say anything on the reducing or increasing of the foreign players. It is a matter of stakeholder decision. I think when it is a matter of national interest, if the national team does well, every Indian football fan will be happy. So if collectively any decision comes to create more match time for Indian positive forwards, I'll be happy to accept that and will definitely try to accommodate that. Point two, as I mentioned, I am not in a position to comment anything on the coach replacement, whether foreign or Indian. Again, it is subject matter to the technical committee, and I'm sure you all will appreciate the football experience Ian Bijan has in India. Not many Indian living in India is having his mentioned to this house that how the 13.68 or 13.88 age group girls has done, sorry, 14.88 age group girls has done well with the 18 years to 22 years senior level. We have really chance to qualify for FIFA Women World Cup or at least Asia Asia Cup in women. If we can continue this training and not limited to these 30 players which are training in a long term at Bangalore, I would be also happy to inform you that what AIFF is trying to do, AIFF is trying to partner with the state governments. Every state has their budget. Sports is a state subject. Every state has a budget, a particular budget for sport, and football is one of the largely played sport among the states. Every state has minimum 5 to 10 hostels under their state government policies. Maybe in other the Shishu Vikas, maybe in tribal welfare or anything. But there are the provision for the hostel. What we have approached and proposed to these houses, and also there are corporates who would like to come up with 13, 17, 19 age group academies, and they say they want to do it. So what is the fixed cost? The fixed cost is your accommodation, food, education, apparel, stationery, electric and water, ground maintenance. This is fixed cost. Anyone you do with the 30 heads, this is more or less same cost. What AIFF is saying, when you are selecting the coach, you take the coach from us. So we monitor the technical development, technical training of that academy by not paying or taking the liability of the other cost, but only to the technical know-how. With this app, when we said that 500 coaches are being shortlisted and they will be upgraded through the monitoring system. So suppose you live in Odisha and there is a hostel in Keonjhar, Sundargarh or Jharsuguda, and we say, well, we upgrade your skill and can you be our man or our women to the Jharsuguda Academy. So that's how across India, if there are 500, we have 16,596 coaches, and we are not sure whether the license is just license or what is the evaluation of the coaches of those license holders. So we want to genuinely evaluate these 500 coaches, ensure that they do the global practice as per the FIFA guideline, and we ensure that the partner states will provide the expenditure within their allocated budget. AIFF will take care and guide only the technical part, and it will definitely give result in terms of the women. On 10th July at Udaipur with the Jink Vedanta House, AIFF is launching second women academy. So this is our, I'm sure many more will come, that the main FIFA academy will also come by next month. We'll announce as and when it comes.
Next one.
So I think almost
Thank you very much.
what 2 hours.
Hello.
Yeah. और सर एक मिनट सॉरी मैंने सर का क्वेश्चन का सर आप कौन से अखबार से यंग भारत मैं आपको कह दूं कि ऐसा जैसे कि कहा मैंने कि 211 मेंबर एसोसिएशन पूरे विश्व में फुटबॉल खेलता है और भारत में जो लगभग 150 करोड़ आबादी है में जो है 150 करोड़ आबादी है, थोड़ा कम 1.46, तो इसीलिए कोई एक स्पोर्ट्स को आगे बढ़ने के लिए दूसरे स्पोर्ट्स को नीचे जाने की आवश्यकता नहीं है। सर मैं बता दूं आपको, आइसलैंड ने वर्ल्ड कप खेला, उनके पास 5 लाख आबादी है। पैराग्वे ने वर्ल्ड कप खेला, उसके पास 75 लाख आबादी है। और रही बात मीडिया फुटेज की, इस घर में, इस सभाघर में एक चेयर भी बैठने के लिए खाली नहीं है। तो फुटबॉल को इससे अधिक क्या चाहिए? तो मुझे लगता है कि फुटबॉल के पास सब कुछ है।
आईपीएल जैसा कोई है प्रोग्राम?
One last question to Kalyan.
Deepak,
Kalyan Chaubey from AIFF News. So I have one specific question to you. You said you showed the data of last 10-15 years, and here last 3 coaches who took care of Indian athletes starting with Steven.
मुझे लग रहा है कि ये हो गया, जो टेम्पो है ना, टेम्पो टूट गया है। नहीं, ये देखिए डिफरेंट स्टेक होल्डर के साथ बातें हुई है, क्योंकि देखिए एक तो क्या है, टेक्निकल कमेटी की बात तब आएगी जब ये खेलने के लिए एलिजिबल होंगे। अभी तो हमारे पास 300 ओसीआई प्लेयर का भी लिस्ट आ जाए, नन ऑफ देम आर एलिजिबल टू प्ले। सो टेक्निकल कमेटी का रोल तब आएगा जब हमें एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरिया मिले। लेकिन हमने काम को थोड़ा सरल करने के लिए कुछ लिस्ट बना करके रखा, जब हमें कार्ड मिले तब हम उनको देंगे, वो चीफ कोच के साथ बैठ के सिलेक्ट करेंगे।
So, Kalyan, one question to you specific regarding the Asian Cup qualification, and do you think till now the way Indian team has played for last 1.5 years, do you think still it's a possibility? And if we are not able to qualify, will it be the biggest low of Indian football for last 25 years? Because in recent past, after Asian Cup has been over 24 nation tournament, we have always qualified. So if we are not able to qualify for the Asian Cup, it will be a big setback for us. And one more question: what is the players' accountability? You see in ISL, players' salary so much inflated. You see, I was getting with the Hong Kong team and our national team there, two players' salary. How we cope up with that? Because people are becoming more still associated with the Indian government.
See, thank you, Sayan, for your question, and I believe still there is a hope. And then it is just we have lost a match, away match, and अभी किसी बंधु ने कह रहा था कि क्रिकेट की बात, वो लास्ट एक बॉल में भी 6 मार के टीम जीतने वाले हम देखे हैं। अभी हाल में 3 दिन पहले हम मैच देख रहे थे, 3-0 हाफ टाइम का डाउन है और सेकंड हाफ में 4-3 जीता है। सो मुझे लगता है कि असंभव कुछ नहीं है, ईश्वर ने चाहा तो जरूर होगा। और आपके जो दूसरा क्वेश्चन है, उस पर मेरा कोई अधिकार नहीं उस पर जवाब देने के लिए, सो आई विल नॉट कमेंट।
One last question, please.
This press conference is being held 3 days after India lost to Hong Kong. So here just want to make clarification whether this is a question about Coach Manero wanting to quit, or is it like the AIFF possibly thinking of not continuing the game? That is one question. And about the second one. India from 2024 Asian Cup till now, India has won only 1 match, right? So, yeah. So, regarding this, what is the possible reason? From what you have said, it seems that it is only because India cannot score goals. Is it the only reason, or is there any other reason?
सर इसको क्लोज कर दे कॉन्फ्रेंस को, क्योंकि नहीं दीपक जी, मैं आपको जवाब देने के लिए तैयार हूँ, लेकिन मैं इसलिए कह रहा हूँ कि दीपक जी, ये मैंने कहा कि जब विनायक जी ने सवाल किया था, उस पर मैंने कहा कि पिछले 1-1.5 वर्षों से ऐसा चल रहा है, और आपने भी लंबे समय तक है मीडिया में, आपने भी कई तरह के स्टोरी किया, और कई मीडिया के बंधुओं ने मेरा इंटरव्यू लेना चाह रहे थे। तो मैंने सोचा कि अलग अलग किन को दूं, उससे अच्छा मैं कलेक्टिवली सबको एड्रेस करूंगा। और मुझे पता था कि प्रश्नों की किस तरह के प्रश्नों मेरे पास आ सकते हैं। तो उस हिसाब से मैंने सोचा ये जो इंडिविजुअल रिक्वेस्ट था मेरे पास इंटरव्यू के लिए, मैंने इस कारण से किया। देखिए इस मैच के 3 दिन बाद किया, ये 3 दिन पहले करते थे, लेकिन फिर भी इस ब्रीफिंग में कोई परिवर्तन तो होता नहीं, मोरलेस नहीं है। आपने सही कहा है कि आपने 24 के बाद से 2024 में मैच जीता नहीं, बिल्कुल सही कहा। आप 2024 में अपने मैच खेले किस किस के साथ, और क्या आपने पिछले 10 वर्षों में किस किस के साथ जीते हैं, उनमें से कोई लिस्ट में आता क्या? जब अक्षय बता रहा था, मैं आपसे बस ये लास्ट क्वेश्चन है क्योंकि मैं समझ रहा हूँ कि सबको भी देर हो रहा है। मैं 2015 से जब लिस्ट रखा था, आप जीते थे नेपाल, गुआम, श्रीलंका, मालदीव, लाओस, भूटान, पुएर्तो रिको, कंबोडिया, म्यांमार, नेपाल अगेन, किर्गिस्तान, मॉरिशस, मकाओ, तुर्कमेनिस्तान, मकाओ अगेन, चाइनीज ताइपी, केनिया, एक अंडर 20 टीम थी, कोई टाइगर्स बॉल के नाम से शायद प्राइवेट टीम होगी, श्रीलंका, मालदीव, पाकिस्तान, थाईलैंड एक टीम है जिससे आप जीते थे, नेपाल, इंडिया, मालदीव, नेपाल, ओमान, नेपाल, कंबोडिया, अफगानिस्तान, हांगकांग से आप जीते थे, अफगानिस्तान से आप जीते थे, किर्गिस्तान, मंगोलिया, वानियातू, पाकिस्तान, नेपाल, लेबानन से आप टाइब्रेकर में जीते, मैच 0-0 था, कुवैत से आप टाइब्रेकर में जीते, मैच 1-1 था, और कुवैत आपने अवे मैच 1-0 से जीता। सर आपने कहीं भी ऑस्ट्रेलिया से नहीं जीता, सीरिया से नहीं जीता, मलेशिया से नहीं जीता, वियतनाम से नहीं जीता, तो आपने जीतने की जो परिधि है वो आपके उसी टीम के बीच में ही था। 2015 में भी आप जीते, 2005 के भी आप स्टैटिस्टिक्स निकालेंगे तभी भी आप देखेंगे कि आप तभी भी जीते 2005 में। तो हम क्या चाहते हैं, क्या हम कैसे अपने ओपोनेंट को इससे नेक्स्ट लेवल पे जा सकते हैं, जैसा कि नरेश जी ने पूछा था, डीएस जी ने बताया इस बात को, ये सारे फीफा विंडोज की यूटिलाइजेशन है। और मैं समझता हूँ कि हमारे लिए सच में इंडियन पॉजिटिव स्ट्राइकर, मैं आपके सामने ये भी रखूंगा कि हम ये प्रयास कर रहे हैं कि दुनिया के कोई टॉप स्ट्राइकर आए, वर्ल्ड कप जीते हुए खेले हुए दुनिया के कोई टॉप स्ट्राइकर आए, और हम अंडर 23 के 5 या 7 स्ट्राइकर को आइडेंटिफाई करें और उनको 3 दिन का सिर्फ फिनिशिंग स्कूल दें, कहां से कैसा गोल किया जाता है। जैसा गोलकीपर को मैं गोलकीपर था तो गोलकीपर को ऐसा बॉल फेंका जाता डाइव करने के लिए, शूट मारता डाइव करने के लिए, तो सिमिलरली स्ट्राइकर को फिनिशिंग दिया जाता। तो मैं सोचता हूँ कि दुनिया के कोई टॉप स्ट्राइकर हो या तो टॉप 10 या 10-15 में से कोई हो, वो आके हमें 3 दिन दे और अंडर 23 को डेवलप करें ताकि हम एशियन गेम्स को टारगेट कर सके और ये अंडर 23 आगे का 10 साल खेले। ये हमारा प्रयास है। हम क्या है कि ये सारे चीज प्रक्रिया की समय लगती है। और हाँ, दूसरा क्या चैलेंज है ये कि मैं आपको, जैसा मीडिया का ये जिम्मेदारी होती है कि सवाल पूछना, और यहाँ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में बैठने वाले लोगों की ये कर्तव्य होता है कि प्रश्नों की जवाब देना, उत्तर देना, लेकिन उस प्रश्नों और उत्तर के बीच में एक ब्रिज होती है, क्यों हुआ है, क्यों नहीं हो पाया। इंडोनेशिया का हाल में कोई 75 साल था उनके स्वाधीनता का, इट वाज इंडिपेंडेंस 75, independence for Indonesia, and the counterpart of Indonesia and also the embassy of Indonesia has been in continuous touch with me and us, my office, so that Indian team can come and play 2-3 matches with Indonesia U20 team. To send a team, you need to spend money on the passage fare, hotel, etc. और all. हमने भेजा अंडर 20 टीम। अब देखिए किस टीम को भेजा, कैसे भेजा, और कितने प्लेयर गए नहीं, क्यों नहीं गए। आप तो किसी के गले में जाकर के चाकू तो नहीं रख सकते ना, इनको भेजो। तो एक नेशनल फेडरेशन एक कोऑर्डिनेट कर सकता काउंटर पार्ट के साथ, हमारा टीम लोग की, और अचानक सब हाथ उठा ले हम नहीं भेजेंगे क्योंकि हमारा फलाना टूर्नामेंट अभी इस गाइडलाइन में नहीं है कि नहीं। तो क्या देश के लिए, तो क्या डू वी रियली नीड ए स्पेसिफिक policy for the country to emerge in football? Is that time has come कि for the national interest आपको सबको साइड में रखना होगा नेशनल टीम के लिए प्लेयर भेजना होगा। क्या हम ऐसा सोचेंगे नहीं चलो ठीक है चलते? आप पता कर लीजिए अंडर 20 टीम इंडोनेशिया गई और बुरी तरह से हार के आई है। क्यों हार के आई है? वो नेशनल टीम के जर्सी पहन के गए और भेजने की कितनी दिक्कतें आई। तो मैं चाहूंगा कि आप दोबारा, मैं रिपीट करूंगा, आप सभी को धन्यवाद करता हूं कि आप सभी आए, समय दिए, और मैं आप सबसे निवेदन करता हूं कि हम कलेक्टिवली एक प्रयास करें 5 साल के लिए, 10 साल के लिए। लेट्स टेक दिस गेम इनटू नेक्स्ट लेवल। और ये पॉसिबल इसीलिए है क्योंकि यदि आपने अंडर 14 गर्ल्स और अंडर 15 बॉयज की परफॉर्मेंस लेस देन ईयर के ट्रेनिंग में देखे हैं, ये चेंज हो सकता है करंट सिनेरियो में। तो आई थिंक इट इज पॉसिबल विथ ए लॉन्ग टर्म विजन एंड ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम वी कैन क्वालिफाई फॉर द बिगर इवेंट अंडर द FIFA. No, I said no. It's a 3 days. I answered that. I answered that already. I said 3 days prior or after I had to meet to the press because there are several requests comes from the media, so they wanted to speak with me.
But last, thank you so much. We have run out of time and very sorry. Last but not least.